In the heart of Baltimore, where the city's pulse echoes through its streets, we dive into the life of a young radio DJ and musician breaking barriers and creating waves in the local music scene.
It's your boy DJ Ratchet Rome on the ones and twos right now. Shout out to Rappers Digest. You know, the only place to find your music videos. Right now, me rocking with just non-stop hits right now. So, without further ado, let me bring this next joint right here by Brent Fayez.
Meet Ratchet Rome, born Jerome Sheldon Jr., a rising star whose journey began in the vibrant neighborhoods of Baltimore. From the first beat, he knew that music would be his guiding force.
Okay, as far as music, as long as I can remember, I've been listening to my parents' music. They kind of gave me like a good base when it comes to like my music taste and selection. My mom is from Baltimore, Maryland. She listens to a lot of house music, club music, R&B, hip hop. My father's from Liberia, West Africa, so I was exposed to African music, and I had that kind of a background. I feel like with African music and with house music, they kind of call you to dance. That became kind of the type of music that I'm into. Music that kind of creates a vibe. So from a young age, I can just always remember dancing a lot. Me and my brothers would always dance for hours and hours. So when I got to college, and I was kind of getting exposed to more people from different cultures and kind of finding commonalities with like the different people and the different music, they were kind of shocked to know the different music that I knew. So that's kind of how I started making music and DJing.
Explore the diverse and rich musical landscape of Baltimore that has shaped Ratchet Rome's unique sound. Through interviews with some locals, we uncover the city's influence on his craft.
So this is like a huge industry.
Yeah.
Tell me about your kind of sounds. What inspired? First of all, what's your genre of music?
Hip hop, rap music.
Got my locations, black design in my closet is racist. Competition, you thought we was racing. Where I'm from, if you make it, you take it. Why the f is you hating? Took a trip out to Vegas. They gon' think that we play for the Raiders. AMG and it look like a spaceship. Off the couch and that she wanna taste it, so I let her taste it. Just to be clear, I ain't him or him or him or him. Bitch, I ain't one of them. Shit like a remix, we spin, we spin, we spin. You spin, we spinning again.
Okay.
Like melodic rap, you know, kind of songs that you rap but kind of sing along to. So, you know, with different flows. I changed my cadence a lot with my music. And I kind of got introduced to that just listening to the old school rap music, kind of noticing the rappers now. I looked up to like Lil Wayne, Meek Mill. Those are kind of like my major artists that I paid attention to, but I didn't really mimic their style. I kind of brought my own to it, but as far as like rap, that's what I consider like good music. So from there, I kind of did my own thing when it came to making music.
Ratchet Rome challenges norms, blending genres, and pushing boundaries. We hear his tracks that reflect the electric mix of Baltimore's culture, from jazz-filled corners to the beats of the streets.
You know, from an African descent and, you know, doing music or pursuing music here in the United States, I should think that you have some sort of, you know, inspirations coming from somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
So like that's why I kind of brought in the melodic part, because I feel like African music, a lot of times you just have no choice but to dance to it. It's like feel-good music. So that's why I kind of, like I said, brought my own flavor to it, because I was exposed to African music. I do listen to African artists. And so I kind of brought that to the side of the music that I make now. And so like I like making music that where you can dance to, or you know, you can move, you don't just sit around and listen to it.
How many songs do you have to your credit?
I have about 15 to 20 songs out right now. So
15?
Yeah, 15 to 20, all on different platforms, all across, you know, the platforms. So I'm working on new music this year. It's gonna be more so a different side of what I've already put out. I'm still trying to create a sound, or you know, push a sound that I feel like is thriving right now, and that's with like African descent. I'm a piano, house music, trying to blend those two together. And I feel like that's kind of like a good sweet spot to start right there, because it's definitely like who I am. So I think people are gonna like it when they hear it, when it comes all together. Yeah.
Okay. So out of all your 2015 songs, do you have a favorite in there?
Yeah, I would say my favorite will probably be Tapped In. There's a song, Tapped In.
I'm tapped in, count money off the back end. Spend a lot, but I make more, so I'm stacking. She acting like she back then. Now she using nigga songs for a caption. I'm heating up, baby, I ain't in my prime yet. Hottest out and I want all the smoke behind that. You ain't no hitter, boy, you afraid of contact. You can still a watch, but you can't never get your time. I love the underdogs on top. I'ma be a real nigga to a nigga hostile. Bitches making up stories cause hoes love to apply. I did it to my life.
Tell me about Tapped In.
So that song, it was kind of like in the beginning stages of me starting to make music, because I would go with a friend, my friend Wavy Reg. He's an artist. I would just go with him to make music. Throughout the time there, they would kind of hear me freestyling and making stuff, but I always could. I just never recorded it. Tapped In was a song that I said, okay, I'm gonna try to pursue a music career and actually record, take it serious. And when I first played it for people, they didn't recognize how I sounded, because it had like a melody to it. I was kind of singing and things like that. So that's kind of like one of the songs that when I hear, I dance to it, but I still remember like recording and how that process was.
So in what ways do you think that your music resonates with the people here in the U.S., specifically Baltimore?
Specifically Baltimore. I think Baltimore as a city is like they really like a dancing. Like we like to dance. Okay. A lot of times the beat will catch your attention, but the words will keep you. So I like to throw different phrases in my music, metaphors, stuff like that. But with the beats that I selected with that in mind. That if I heard just this beat, would I dance? Would I get up? So that's kind of like where it resonates. Like we do this dance it's called the Park High Strut, and that's kind of like you can do that to a lot of the songs that I make. It's one of the common dances we have. So.
Come along as he takes us behind the scenes of his radio show. Discover how Ratchet Rome curates the perfect playlist and connects with the community through the airwaves.
It's your boy DJ Ratchet Rome on the ones and twos right now. Shout out to Rappers Digest. The only place to find your music videos. Right now, we rocking with just non-stop hits right now. So, without further ado, let me bring this next joint right here by Brent Fayez. Let's get it.
E-Vibes witness Jerome's commitment to uplifting the community, from performing at local events to mentoring aspiring artists. With his show, Rappers Digest, he becomes a catalyst for positive change.
You're from Liberia.
Yes.
We have a lot of music genres coming out from Liberia. I'm from Ghana. We have a lot of music genres coming out from Ghana. There's Nigeria somewhere in the Côte d'Ivoire, and all of that. On a larger scale, we're all looking at Africans, crossing the borders with their music, with their sounds. Do you have any plans of adapting any sort of sounds that could resonate with the people back home in Africa?
Yeah, so I have some unreleased music, stuff that I've been working on towards the end of the year.
Right.
That have some Amapiano sound to it. The bass and the percussion to the songs are similar to the stuff that's hot now, especially in Africa. Africa, I feel like as a sound has always been something you just can't help but dance to, and I noticed that early on. So I just think that now that it's getting more shine in the States, they're kind of late to the party. It's always been that way, with African music. So I'm kind of putting a stamp on it in a way that it can kind of go both ways as far as being successful here and being successful there.
That makes good sense. So well, you speak well. It looks like you know a lot about music and African music, both African music and foreign music here that you listen to, that other people listen to. So my point is, you've listened to all these, comparing these, two continents. What do you make of music in Africa?
I make of music,
which is having you wanting to go back there,
right? Yeah.
And sort of network with all these people, beautiful people back home.
I make it so that I feel like African music as a whole is just feel good music. A lot of times people think about when they think of African music, they think of like vacation. They think of feeling good in a good time space. I definitely want to get back to get to Africa. I haven't been there yet formally, but I plan to go definitely this year. But that'll be like a nice like homecoming for me, being as though my father's from Liberia, and I got so many people that I know that are from Nigeria, Ghana, that kind of exposed me to music there, that just kind of sparked my interest. So I just think of African music as like feel good music, just music that even if you don't know the complete track, you just feel good hearing it. It keeps you up spirit.
You have names?
Yeah, I got a couple. I know first I was listening to Davido before, early on.
Yeah.
Burna Boy is hot now. I got put on to Stone Boy actually towards the end of the year. I was hearing about him on tour, the fifth dimension, the Fifth Dimension tour.
Yeah.
And I kind of picked up on him there because I was surprised, I didn't know about him and that he was so big. So I was just like, wow, he's so talented. And listening to his last album, so that kind of told me like, okay, they got artists all over Africa doing big things. Ghana is definitely one of the places I want to go to when I make my way over there.
Oh, you're welcome to Ghana.
As long as I got your welcome.
Oh, of course, you're welcome. Well, Davido, you've got Burna Boy in there, you've got Stone Boy. Mm-hmm. Do you know any, of the artists back home in Liberia that you?
I believe 112.
112.
Yeah, 112. Yeah, they're like it's like older though. It's older, but some of that music I listen to, of course, with my dad. Taking trips back and forth from Baltimore to where he lives now in Georgia, and listening to artists like that kind of sits well with me because I'm from Liberia, so I come from there. So being able to have artists that are doing it big there too.
Every journey has its ups and downs. But for Ratchet Rome, the challenges in a competitive music industry strengthens him.
How is your life as a DJ here? I want to understand DJs.
Yeah.
Back home,
Yeah.
The industry of DJs were growing with Mekwe leading the. He's called Mekwe. He's leading the baton.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to promote all these DJs, making sure that DJs are heard, are celebrated, and are respected throughout the country.
Right.
How is the life of a DJ like?
So the life of a DJ here, I think they're respected more, as far as by the fans. The artists sometimes think they can do it on their own, and a lot of times you can. But I think DJs help push your music when you're not doing it. When you're away, maybe in the studio, there's a DJ that could be playing your song in the club for other people who are at a venue. I think as a whole, though, DJs do hold a lot of weight, especially in Baltimore. When it comes to events, when they know, Ratchet Rome is going to be at this spot, they're more inclined to come. If they know or they're familiar with that DJ's name. If you're like a powerhouse name as a DJ here, I think people come out. They may not even know what you're going to play, but they know, they respect your opinion on music. They expect your placement of what songs to play, and I think that is how it carries here. It's like it's respected. As far as like the listeners, I think the listeners definitely respect it.
And what do you make of yourself, your life as a DJ?
I would say
how's it going?
It's going good actually. It's just really busy, being here and here and different places. I DJ throughout the week. I have some residencies. I have a bar, Rose's Bar and Grill. I DJ twice a week in Baltimore, Maryland, like downtown Light Street area. I DJ on the radio. So like the different things I'm into now as far as DJing keep me busy, but it's something I got a passion for, so it doesn't really feel like work, you know.
So you spoke a lot about, you know, infiltrating the African market,
Right.
networking, collaborating with, you know, all these beautiful artists back home, Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire. We're not leaving any African country out. Don't you foresee any challenges? Have you thought about, you know, the whole process? If you have, how do you intend to, you know, solve all those problems?
I think the challenge may be just accepting, you know, that the overall goal. Some people may think that, you know, you're out for personal gain, like I'm just trying to be big. But at the end of the day, if I'm trying to help push a country sound or bridge the gap between both, and people realize that, I think it becomes easy. Just networking in general, people being aware of, okay, he's trying to push, you know, African music here, or me in America, oh, he's trying to expose us to more sounds. I think the closed-minded people may make it an issue. You know, people that are just, oh no, I just only want to hear this, or oh, I'm big here in Africa, I just want to stay here. Those closed-minded people may make it an issue, but overall, if people just enjoy good music and they respect your opinion on music, I think it'll be successful, and that's the plan right now. That's the plan. So.
Where do you place dancing in all these and we're talking about? Because I mean, I know that. So you're DJ, you're a musician, rapper,
right,
and then a dancer.
I mean, so I kind of mix the two, honestly. Well, I mix like 2 or 3 at a time. So while I'm DJing, I'm one of the DJs that I play a song, but I step away from the booth, and dance with people there. I'm definitely known for that. So with my music, when I do music videos, I'm dancing in my music videos and things like that. But as far as doing more work where I'm doing choreography, stuff like that, I kind of channel it through my fraternity. I was able to perform halftime for the Lakers last year around this time, and so like we were at halftime. I performed there for, you know, the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors, the 2 basketball teams in California. We performed there, so I kind of like continue to do things like that to keep me in that loop, keep me active.
As we conclude, we look towards the future. What's next for Ratchet Rome? What new works will he bring to the city that continues to inspire his art?
My music collaboration, basically taking advantage of the fact that people here, I'm familiar with what people here listen to. I'm in places where people listen to different music and kind of exposing them to there, and then also taking advantage of the fact that there's people in Africa doing big things, and knowing, okay, now this is good music. This just got to get heard by the right person, and knowing kind of like what both sides like, you know, and just being a bridge between, you know, Africa and the States, or United States.
And in your own capacity as a radio DJ who you're hands-on on music that comes in and out every day, do you think that the people out here appreciates African music, and how do you also in your own capacity intend to bring them out here, you know, make sure that African music or African artists are heard here in America?
Yeah, so the radio.
Are you doing that already?
Yeah, I'm already doing that in my own
I heard
capacity.
that's why we're having this conversation.
Yeah, right.
I heard that you're putting people on. I know that so you speak so well of Stoneboy.
Yeah, Stoneboy.
Yeah, Sarkodie was
also. Yeah, we were speaking about,
Yeah, and so it made me got really interested in, you know, what you're doing out here, trying to put African artists on big radio station as, you know, the one that you work for.
Yeah, so with 92Q Jams, I'm a mixer there. So just being a part of that radio station is like the major radio station in Baltimore and the surrounding areas. They do a good job of reaching out to the DJs that mix on the show and ask us like for our opinions. Okay, this song is what songs are we're not aware of, or what songs should we make sure we're playing, and just having that background knowledge of, hey, there's an artist named Stonebwoy Soccer there they're doing big things.
Yeah.
We just got to get it on a platform where people can hear it and be exposed to it. So I do think we appreciate music here. They just don't know all of the music that's going on. They're kind of like stuck here and don't think really outside until it gets exposed to everybody. But I think the music will be appreciated once it's arrived here, and that's what I plan on keep on continuing to do.
Yeah, that's a good point. So how do we get it out here? Because we know we're doing everything. I'm sure that all the artists are out there.
Right.
They're doing everything, considering the fact that we have streaming all platforms.
Right. Yeah.
There's YouTube there. Yeah. There's this iTunes and all of that. We put our music, on all these platforms. Mm-hmm. They put in the work.
Right.
But it looks like we are still lacking behind. When it comes to African music.
Yeah, I think it's just the exposure. Because just because I haven't heard the song yet doesn't mean it's not a great song. I think people just have to be exposed to the music here, and it's probably, to me, I think it's just about placement. If you hear it on the radio, you hear it while you walk into the store, you hear it in the car passing you by, you hear it in the club or the party. That kind of gives you exposure to the song, and then you look further and you may discover the artist. Just simple from one song. So I always think someone's one song away from becoming your biggest fan. If I heard Stonebwoy for the first time, but before that he was already making great music.
Right.
When I heard him for the first time and wanted to learn more about his music, I became a fan. It just takes one time to hear a song, and then you kind of latch on to an artist. So I think that's the step, just the placement. And with the platform of 92Q, the radio station, I'm playing it on the airways, with the platform of Rappers Digest, which is a platform that looks out for new artists all over the country.
Right.
Those placements can help bridge the gap and kind of get people exposed to that.
So what would be your life hack to the wonderful people that are watching us? I will tell you something that Denzel said that has resonated with me for a very long time. He says that ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Meaning you have to keep going, even though you're not being paid well, even though you're not being recognized enough, even though you're just you just feel like you're undervalued, and all the quote unquote nasty things that you might be thinking, or terrible things that you'll be thinking, that it's not working for you. You just have to keep going, because at the end of the day, progress will come. It might not take today, but will take tomorrow. Do you have any life hack that we can probably
life hacks?
Live with for the rest of our lives? Said by DJ Ratchet Rome.
I would say just what has been working for me is just staying true to what I decide is my path. When I get consistent on something I really want, not settling for a no, not settling for it didn't work this time. Just using that as an opportunity to reevaluate and think of another way to still get that same outcome. I think being true to myself and being consistent with that, I'm going to always end up in the right path. It may not be the path that I thought of it was going to be, but I'm just not settling for a no. I'm not settling for, it didn't work this time. It's good to celebrate wins and celebrate accomplishments, but just not being complacent. Kind of like the Denzel thing, but just not being complacent on, all right, I made it here, I'm good. You gotta keep going. It's good to celebrate it though, because sometimes people don't celebrate their wins, and that's how they get to a point where they feel like they got somewhere and they didn't really get anywhere because you didn't celebrate that journey. So it's good to celebrate, your wins and your accomplishments, but not just get comfortable in that win. Just keep going forward, knowing your path isn't just an end. It's going to keep going. Your path is going to keep going forward, and that's just how I've been successful, or how I've been working things out for myself. That's been working for me. So that's my advice to you all. Just stay consistent.
Stay consistent. Well, I guess we're also staying consistent here on JOYNEWS, JOYPRIME, all the channels, beautiful channels that we have in multimedia group. Thank you so much. I have learned a lot from this, acquired a lot of knowledge, and thank you for the opportunity to have this conversation with you, just so we could understand and get to know more about music here. And thank you for the fact that you have it in mind to bridge that gap, bring the African music or African sounds here to the US and beyond. It's not stayed just here, but we're looking at beyond. And also the life hack that you just gave us, consistency. E-Vibes has been very consistent for 3 solid years, and we're happy to have you on board. And we're also looking forward to you visiting Ghana with all the beautiful places that we have in Ghana, all the beautiful music that we have. We have DJs as well that you can meet back home in Ghana, and so we're grateful.
I can't wait. I'm thankful for you all for having me. JOYNEWS, E-Vibes. Definitely appreciative of the platform. I love what you all have been doing, and just taking the time to learn about me and my story. Definitely appreciative of that. So thank you too.
All right.
This is a testament to the power of music, community, and the unwavering spirit of a young DJ and musician making waves in the soulful streets of Baltimore.
It's your boy DJ Ratchet Rome on the 1s and 2s right now. Shout out to Rappers Digest. The only place to find your music videos. Right now, we rocking with just non-stop hits right now. So without further ado, let me bring this next joint right here by Brent Fayez.